Think about a fight where it looked like one side had no chance to win. What if only 313 people had to fight against a huge group of more than 1,000? Did you know that the famous Battle of Badr, a victory celebrated during Ramadan, changed everything? Yes, it's the Battle of Badr, a historic victory that brought great news to its participants. After moving to Medina, the Muslims found themselves in ongoing danger from the Quraysh, the powerful tribe from Mecca. This tension was not just about land or power. It was deeply rooted in the religious beliefs and the social changes that the Muslims represented. The Quraysh did not like the new ideas that Prophet Muhammad and his followers were spreading, ideas that challenged the traditional ways of thinking and worshiping in Mecca. Ramadan, the holy month of fasting, held great spiritual importance for the Muslims. It was a time for prayer, reflection, and community, but during this particular Ramadan, it also became a time of unexpected challenges and strategic decisions. The Muslims believed that their faith gave them strength and unity, especially during tough times. This belief was about to be tested in ways they had never imagined. As Ramadan began, the Muslims learned of a wealthy Meccan caravan returning from the Levant, loaded with goods. This caravan was not just any caravan. It was led by important leaders of the Quraysh and carried significant wealth, which the Meccans had gained in part by seizing properties from the Muslims who had fled to Medina. Seeing an opportunity to strike back and regain some of what was lost, the Prophet Muhammad decided to intercept this caravan. However, this plan quickly escalated beyond a simple raid. The Quraysh got wind of the Muslims' plans and marshaled a large force to protect their wealth, leading to the events that would unfold at the wells of Badr. As the decision to intercept the Meccan caravan turned into a more serious conflict, Prophet Muhammad knew the importance of careful planning and seeking advice. Before setting out on their journey, he gathered his closest companions to discuss the best course of action. The group decided not only to go after the caravan, but also to prepare for a possible confrontation with the Quraysh army. Choosing the right battleground was crucial, and they chose the area near the wells of Badr. This location was strategic because it provided access to water and would allow them to control the supply in the face of the enemy. With the plan set, the Muslims began their march towards Badr. They were 313 in number, including seasoned fighters and young volunteers, all united by a common cause. Despite being significantly outnumbered by the Quraysh forces, which were about 1,000 strong, the small Muslim group was determined and resolute. Their journey was not just a physical march, but a test of faith and courage. They walked through the desert, sharing few camels and horses among them, each person taking turns to ride. The march to Badr was a reflection of their humble circumstances and immense bravery. As they moved closer to their destination, each step was taken with the full awareness that they were walking into a challenging battle. Yet their spirits were high, fortified by their faith and the strategic preparations they had made. This journey was not just towards a physical location, but towards a defining moment in their history. On the day of the battle, the Muslims made a smart move by positioning themselves near the water sources at Badr. This idea, suggested by Hubab ibn al-Mundhir, gave them control over the water, putting the Quraysh at a disadvantage. Having access to water was crucial in the desert and significantly impacted the strength and morale of both sides. As the battle approached, Prophet Muhammad spent the night in deep prayer, asking Allah for help and protection. His prayers reflected his deep faith and the seriousness of the situation they were facing. He knew that the next day would bring a great challenge, and he sought divine support to strengthen his people. When the battle began, it initially unfolded through personal duels. Key Muslim figures like Ali, Hamza, and Ubaidah stepped forward to face the champions from the Quraysh. These duels were intense and critical, setting the tone for the rest of the conflict. The courage displayed by these men was inspirational and demonstrated the bravery of the Muslims under enormous pressure. During these crucial moments, a verse from the Quran was revealed, mentioning that angels descended to support the Muslims. This divine intervention boosted the morale of the Muslim fighters, who felt spiritually and physically reinforced. The belief that heavenly support was with them filled the Muslims with confidence and played a significant role in their performance in the battle. The Battle of Badr reached its critical moment when Prophet Muhammad threw pebbles towards the Quraysh. This act was not just about throwing stones, it was a powerful symbol to start the general attack. As he threw the pebbles, he declared, "May their faces be disfigured," a declaration that rallied his fighters. This moment marked a significant turn in the battle, signaling the Muslims to charge forward. As the battle intensified, the Quraysh could not withstand the strong and unified assault of the Muslims. Despite their larger numbers, the Quraysh forces were caught off guard by the determination and strategic planning of the Muslims. The sight of their leaders being defeated one by one demoralized the Quraysh, and soon, their lines broke. They began to retreat, overwhelmed by the fierce resolve of the Muslims. This led to a decisive victory for the Muslims, one that significantly shifted the power dynamics in the region. After the battle, the treatment of prisoners also highlighted the principles of the Muslims. Prophet Muhammad instructed his followers to treat the captives with kindness and respect, a directive that improved the relationships between some Meccans and Muslims. The captives were given food, and those who could teach 10 Muslims to read were set free as ransom. This humane treatment won over many hearts and minds. The victory at Badr was not just a military triumph. It significantly boosted the morale and standing of the Muslims in Medina and marked a turning point in their struggle with Mecca. The Battle of Badr was more than just a military victory. It was a pivotal moment that greatly influenced Islamic history. This battle firmly established Prophet Muhammad as a strong leader and significantly lifted the spirits and status of the Muslims in Arabia. With only a small army, the Muslims demonstrated that determination and faith could lead to success against even the most daunting odds. This victory sent a powerful message across Arabia. The Muslims were a formidable force. The battle also taught important moral and spiritual lessons that continue to inspire followers of Islam. It highlighted the values of trust in God, unity, and resilience. Muslims believe that the divine help they received during the battle was a result of their deep faith and trust in God's plan. This event continues to remind Muslims that with sincere faith and determination, great challenges can be overcome. The Battle of Badr is remembered and referred to in various ways, including in modern military operations and popular culture. For example, several military operations in the Muslim world have been named after Badr, reflecting the battle's enduring legacy as a symbol of triumph against the odds. It also appears in films, literature, and speeches, often cited as an example of strategic brilliance and spiritual strength. As we reflect on the historic Battle of Badr, it's fascinating to consider not just the immediate impact, but also the long-term effects it had on Islamic civilization and beyond. One lesser-known aspect of the battle is the story of Al-Hajjaj bin Yusuf, a figure who centuries later would draw inspiration from Badr. Al-Hajjaj, known for his strict governance, often cited Badr as an example of divine support for the righteous, even when they are outnumbered. The legacy of Badr extends beyond military tactics and political impacts. It is a story of faith, courage, and community that continues to resonate today. It reminds us that in the face of great challenges, unity and belief can lead to remarkable outcomes. Before you go, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let's keep exploring history together. And here's a question to leave you with. What other historical battles have had unexpected outcomes due to the determination and spirit of the people involved? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and maybe your suggestion will be our next video topic.